Hey guys, today is going to be a bit of a rainy day video. With all the rain that we've had, I've got a lot of things that have gotten very big and leggy and need a bit of a chop, but I wanted to show you what everything looks like before I cut it all down. So I hope you guys enjoy it. All right, so coming off of my patio here, I've got a couple of, got this very big sunflower and I've got another one there. But look at all that mealy blue sage, and it is very leggy. You can see where the plant starts and how far it's grown out from that. Believe it or not, I've got 3 plants here, and I put them in last fall, but they've really grown quite a bit. I've got some prairie verbena here, and this was a freebie at a plant swap, so I got a couple of those. And then I have a Mexican hat here that's just starting to bloom. And then I've got these cute little guys. I wasn't sure if they were going to make it. I think it's called Diamanita. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. And so that's coming along. So here is my goldenball lead tree, and it is so cute. It looks like though it's just been caught in a downpour. Those flowers do, and with all the rain, it's really still done very well because I think because I heavily amended my soil there with expanded shale. I did that a lot for a lot of my natives to help facilitate drainage. Here's my Zexmenia, and then here's Charlie. Hey buddy. Coming along this side, I have got a Mexican oregano, and then some volunteer coreopsis here. I've got my whale's tongue agave, and then check out these skullcaps. So these are our native wright skullcap, and I really thought they'd stay about 1 by 2 feet, but I mean, I guess they're on the 2-foot end, but definitely kind of even on the larger than that. I feel like they've got quite a spread here. And so these get some morning sun, maybe a little afternoon sun. This one gets a little more sun than these two here. So you can kind of see that it flowers more. And so a lot of our flowering perennials, even though they can tolerate some shade, they'll probably give you more flowers in the sun. And that's true for this. For those of you who remember, I've got these 2 Turk's caps here that haven't woken up. So I just went ahead and bought 1 replacement because even though I knew these would get big, they were just really taken over. So I've just got 1 to put right there when I get around to it. Here's my Bellini crape myrtle. Hasn't flowered yet, but it's definitely doing pretty well. And there's that bicolor iris. Here is my little gem magnolia. And I wish I could share the smell with you, but even with just a few flowers on here, it smells so good. And so I'm really enjoying that. Here I've got a Texas lantana, and then here's my red yucca. As I turn outward, you can see I've got my little swampy area there that'll absorb in within the next couple of hours. We've just had a pretty huge rain. Let's check the rain gauge. This morning we got about 1.5 inches, so it was pretty decent downpour. So sometimes this area just takes a little bit to really get that water to absorb in. Here's the vegetable garden. Things are looking pretty happy over here. I've got my orange and lemon tree. I don't know if this is out of season or what, but I've got a couple of oranges here and a few more down here. And this is a Satsuma, I believe. And then I've got a improved Meyer lemon, and you can see I've got all these lemons on it. As I understand, I don't know if you know anything about lemon trees, let me know, because I was a little worried that I need to pick some of these off because it was too much, but I think it's kind of self-regulating, so it'll drop, I think, the fruit it's not planning to keep. I would say I've noticed a few small fruit, like right here, just dropped from the tree. So, but then you can see it has flowered, and this also smells so good. But it's attracting all kinds of things. So here you can see my autumn sage. I really feel like the white variety gets a little fuller and more dense than like some of the pink or red varieties. That's just been my experience. Got another prairie verbena, and then check out that rosemary. It's just so happy there. Along here, I just put down some gomphrena seedlings, and I do have a mealy blue sage here, which I don't think that's really going to be enough room for it, so I'll have to probably find a new home for that. Here's my Texas rock rose. This is the pink variety. You can see that, I mean, with all the rain, it's kind of laying down quite a bit, but it's doing pretty good. And then shout out to Kevin. Kevin, look at my cannas. They're coming up. I've got one there and one there. I really did lay a lot. He gave me like 8 to 10 bulbs or rhizomes, excuse me, and I put them all in, but those are the only ones that are coming up, but I'm excited nonetheless. Okay, and then here is my powwow coneflower, and it is like a dwarf variety. Gets about 1 foot, but kind of has these beautiful pink and orange blossoms, so it's so pretty. Here is my desert willow, and it just started to bloom within the last week or two, and I've really enjoyed that. It seems to me, I don't know if I have any other people with desert willows, that my blooms are almost a little darker this year, and so maybe it's just me. I'm enjoying it either way. Coming along the corner here, I've got my Texas kidneywood, which has these like white flowers, kind of like a sweet almond verbena. I have a flame acanthus here, and then I have another rock rose. Let me see if I can show you what the flowers look like. This is a red variety, and so it's so pretty. The blooms are on this. So what do you think, Charlie? And then another lantana, fall aster, and then here are my redbuds, the Texas redbud, which is doing great, and then my forest pansy, which is also very happy right now. Here is that volunteer milkweed. This is antelope milkweed, and so before I knew what this was and how important it was to our monarch butterflies, I was just yanking it up, but it was persistent and it came back every year, and so I'm just really letting it do its thing. All right, here is all of my leggy stuff. So another mealy sage, you can kind of see it really needs a chop. And look at that one in the back. Now this one gets a lot of shade, so it might be reaching a little bit more even because of that. Oh, that's another mealy sage. This gara has gone gangbusters as well. So you can see that. And a couple more of those white autumn sages. And then another mealy sage. And it is, you know, it's growing from that middle straight up, but it looks pretty wild, and it's just wanting to claim all the space. I promise I did give everything room, but it's looking a little bit unruly, so I'm gonna give it a chop. Here are my Spartan junipers, which are very happy. You can see how nice and green they are, so let's contrast that to the one I transplanted, and you're gonna see it's not looking very good. That base is green, but it's flashing brown, and so will it make it? I don't know. I mean, I'm just gonna kind of let it hang out. Some of the green gives me hope because it's new growth, but will it be enough to sustain the tree, and will the tree succumb to pests because it is so, you know, it's struggling so much? I can't tell you. Okay. So I don't have anything I'm really going to chop down here in the front yard, but I did get a new Blackfoot daisy that I had to hunt down, and that will hopefully kind of fill in this really pretty hedge. And so far, with all the rains we've gotten, they've hung in there. And again, I have heavily amended that bed with expanded shale. Here you can see I have got a Texas sage. I think this one is San Antonio rose. Here is a black-eyed Susan, and then I have a new addition. I had an Esperanza here, but I didn't make it through the winter, so I planted something called a fire bush, and so I'm excited about that. You can see like even the leaves have a lot of interest, and so as I go along here, You can see the Greg Smith flower has really kind of claimed that space. It's pretty happy. There's that lantana, and then my Gara that I transplanted last fall are back there. Here is that Zexmenia that has woken up. And here's that Mexican oregano. I've got 3 pink skullcap here, which are native to Mexico, but doing well. And then I've got a salvia hybrid here, autumn sage there, and another black-eyed Susan there. Along here, I've just got some little gem boxwoods. And then here is my Texas mountain laurel. So I realize I kind of skipped over this, but this is a penstemon, and it has really, I thought it was going to flower for me until I guess later, but it has started to flower. And so I put that on repeat over here. And this penstemon was green all winter long. And so it didn't flower in the winter, but it was green. And so I really liked that. I did find, like I said, a few more Blackfoot daisies, so I did pull up those violas and I added one there and one there. And again, because I did have a loss, I went ahead and amended both of those beds with expanded shales, so hopefully this will all fill in. Along the background here, the red blooms are part of these autumn sages, which are evergreen in our warmer zones. And so those will get about 3 by 3 feet in height and spread. Sometimes they get bigger if they're real happy. I have a Gulf Molly there, a golden euonymus, and then I have 2 flame acanthus here. I have one there, and then I have a another Texas sage there. I think this one is called Green Cloud. Here in the front I have Dianella, and then I did go ahead, I left a couple of bluebonnets, but I went ahead and put the gomphrena seedlings in there as well. Here I have a goldeneye. I think this is like a lace or skeleton leaf goldeneye, and so these get pretty big, and I think that'll fill in nicely. This is also a type of native milkweed, and I can't remember the name of it. I'll put it on the screen, so I'm just letting it go because these are really tough to grow from seed, as I understand, and so really nice freebie, so I'm just letting it ride. And so you can kind of see it from this angle. So that is my rainy day video. I hope you guys have a wonderful garden day and garden week ahead. Until the next one, y'all take care.